This is a question that we get all the time from our clients. Can we hide certain properties in Notion? You probably know the problem. You've built your database, you've filled it with entries, and now you would like to share it with your team or external stakeholders. But not all of it. At first, this can seem nearly impossible in Notion. But luckily, there's a quick and secure workaround. I'm going to show you exactly how to set this up in less than 5 minutes. Our first example is this employee directory, right, where we are tracking the people for my fictional company, Cafe Notion, a hipster sourdough bakery in Berlin. Now, I want to be able to record also the salary and like an emergency phone number for them, but neither of those information should be publicly available, whereas the rest of the database, right, will be shared with the whole team. Unfortunately, right, in Notion, it looks like that isn't possible because there is no setting to hide a property for everyone, right? There will always be a way for them to retract it and actually expose it. Particularly if they click on a record, right? At the latest here, even if you have properties hidden there, right, people will always be able to see all of them. So what can we do? Well, the solution involves setting up a second database, a secret one. Because what we can do in Notion, and since the recent update a lot more effectively, is to make sure that we have the permissions on our databases scoped to who should access it. And then our public database will be accessible to everyone, whereas our secret database will be only accessible to, for example, HR or the people who should have that piece of information. And then the way that Notion permissions work is if you pull information from one location to another, the original rules still apply. Let me show you what I mean. The first thing we need to do is set up a separate second database now. So let's type /database. I'll do it as an inline so it's easier to follow. And this will be the confidential employee information. Now in here, I'm going to quickly create a matching entry for Emily. But later this will happen automatically. So you don't have to do this for every single record, just now for the sake of the demonstration. And then we have to link that, right? We need to tell the system, hey, Amelie Wolf in the public entry has additional information in this other database. And in Notion, right, we always link two database entries through a relation. So I'm going to create a new property, going to pick relation. We're going to pick our Cafe Notion team. And we're going to call this the public information. I'm going to turn on the two-way relation. Oops, let me just move myself here. A two-way relation. And I'm going to call this additional information. All right. Now we have this relation, right? And now on either side, we can go in and connect this one record. So perfect. That means now we have a linkage, right, from our public Amelie to our private one. And now we can add additional properties here. We can say, okay, let's add a number property, right? This might be the salary. We can quickly set this to display euro. And now I can put in 3,500 euros. And this is kind of step one, right? And sort of the simplest way of how you can add additional information to a database without exposing everything. Because you can keep the permissions separate, right? Let me just open this, turn this into a page for now. And then on this one, right, I'm going to go to the share settings, and you see on the other one, I had invited a second account. I'm going to remove this for a second. And this means now only I have access to the confidential information and only the rest has information to this. So I can already go in here, right, say, okay, Amelie, I can click on the additional information record and see that. Not the most convenient, right? I'll show you in a second how to make this even easier, but the base layer is already here. The second step is now to pull that information in this database. So we actually have a hidden property. So in order to do so, let's click on plus. And as you know, when we want to pull information from a related entry, we can do so via a formula or rollup. Rollup is a little bit easier to understand typically, so I'm going to click on here. And a rollup, right, let's call this the salary. A rollup always needs to be configured with 3 steps. First, from what related entry should we pull something? In this case, well, from the additional information one. Which property should we pull, right? So we have currently only 3 properties on that, and we want to pull the salary, and we want to show the original value. Which means now we see on this database, right, her salary based on what we have in the confidential information. Which also means now, of course, right, if we open the record, we have it here and we don't have to click through to that other entry first. Let's compare this to what other people see that don't have access to confidential information, right? If we swap to the other account, we see, okay, I have Emily Wolf, I have the started entry, and wherever it says salary, it tells me no access. So one very important thing about this workaround, right, is that it will still show the name of the property. So you don't, when you're building this, right, you want to make sure that, of course, if you have confidential information, that it is okay for the other side to see the property name. If you have sort of like the reasons why they are the worst, right, or something that should not be exposed, well, then the only real option here, if you want to keep it all in Notion, right, is to make sure that you give this non-descriptive title, right, sort of like additional information 1, right, and you might know what it is, but no one else. But I mean, in general, right, it's fine, right, for people to see that there is a salary property or that there is a phone number property, but they will have no access to the underlying information because it pulls from a database where they don't have access to. All right, so that's the basic setup for it. And now we can, of course, add any number of additional properties to the second database. But most importantly, we need to make sure that the setup is a bit more convenient, right? We don't want to have to manually set up this separate entry for every single record. In order to do so, we need Notion's database automations. You can find them by clicking on the flash icon here, and then we can set up our rule. And basically what we want to happen is whenever we create a new entry to our public database, we want to have also an entry in our hidden one. So let's call this setup additional information. Our trigger will be that whenever we add a page to the database, what we want to do is we want to add a page to our other database, right? So the confidential employee information. And then what we want to do is edit property. And we want to say, hey, we want to link this to the entry from the public information one that was just created, right? That's the most important part. If we want to, we can also give this a name, right? We can either map over the name or we can just call this additional information, right? It depends a bit on how we want it set up overall, but this is the key step. Now, if we enable this, and if I add a new entry, for example, let's add myself, right? Matthias Frank, we will see that in a second here, right under additional information, we have that record pop up, right? Which means I can just jump into that and quickly set up the salary for Matthias, right? Which might be 2,800 euros. And again, we have our display property up here without needing to manually create this every single time. Now, this workaround is very flexible and not just restricted to simply show additional information, right, and hide the values of certain properties in your Notion system. You can also use it to make calculations across the system for elements that are not supposed to be public. So just one quick example here. Let's say you have a task database. And on this task database, you want to actually track how much it costs you, right, to perform this task. Particularly if you use Notion for time tracking, for which I have a tutorial linked down below, this might be quite interesting information, right? Kind of a real-time cost assessment. In this case, we have now our test task here, and we have created, again, a relation from tasks to our Cafe Notion team database, the core one. And on my confidential database, I've added a new property, the hourly rate. Now, what we can do is on tasks, we can now calculate how much this has cost me based on that information, and it will only be accessible, this value of what the cost was, to people who have access to confidential employee information. So also maybe in situations where we say, okay, we work with clients, we want to show clients the tasks that we work on, but we don't want to expose our internal rate. This might be an interesting workaround. Let's quickly just set up this number property, right? Sort of like the, let's call this hours, right? We won't build a full time tracking here. And let's just say I've worked for 3 hours on this. We can now go in and set up a formula property to calculate our time worked. So let's call this cost, edit formula. And what we can do, let me pull myself over here again. So we can say, okay, in this formula, I would like you to go to the team member entry, right? I would like you to go to the first one of it because there will always only be one of them. Oops, dot first this way. And then under the first entry, what we want to do is we want to make sure that we grab from here now the additional information property, right? So again, additional information. Then again, going into that entry. And from here, we can now access the hourly rate. If this is a bit complicated, again, I have a full tutorial on how to write Notion formulas, also linked down below, really, really powerful skill. Otherwise, you can also, of course, ask AI to write you this formula, although it will probably come up with a more complex workaround here. And now we have that hourly rate in here. All we need to do is now multiply this, right, with our hours, and then we get here the actual cost that we had for this specific work. Right, we can then go in and say, okay, format this again as euro, and this information will, oops, sorry, that was not what we wanted to change. That's always a trouble if we zoomed in so much. We want to show the cost, perfect, 75 euros based on, right, the hourly rate of Matthias of 25. And if I were to change that, right, it would update accordingly. And again, this is only accessible and visible to people who have access to the confidential employee information database. Now, if you are looking at this and saying, okay, I need to take it even one step further, right? I can't even expose the fact that these properties exist, then as of today, you can't do this in Notion alone. You will have to take it one step further, add a second tool on top, for example, Softar. Softar is a great front-end builder that you can use to plug in your Notion data and then build basically custom dashboards and only pick the specific entries that you want to show. I've done a bunch of tutorials with Softar plus Notion in the past, so I'll link them in the description as well, in case this is the route you want to go down. So much about securely hiding certain properties in Notion. Combined with Notion's granular database permissions, through which you can control who sees which row on a database, this means you can finally have nearly full control over who sees what in Notion. But of course, it's really essential that you understand exactly how Notion permissions work in order to not accidentally expose the wrong piece of information. That's why I've put together a complete Notion permissions guide, where you learn everything and will never expose sensitive data ever again. Just click here and I will see you in a few seconds.